All right, this really big box just showed up at my door and it is larger than I expected. I've ordered several omnibus editions over the last few years now, and I kind of come to expect the size of the box for those, like really kind of like this right here. But as you can see, this is significantly larger, and I know why. It's because of one of the two books that are in this box. So I've been waiting for this for quite a while. I've had these on pre-order for months, and now I'm really excited to open this up. So I figured we would do this together. So let's go ahead, cut into this box, and see what showed up. Both of the books in here are collected editions that I pre-ordered from a site called cheapgraphicnovels.com. They're one of the kind of main collected editions websites where you can order current things as well as pre-order things. And I've been using them for a few years now, and I've really enjoyed it. One of the benefits of pre-ordering books from them is that you will save on shipping. Shipping usually costs like $9 here in the continental US for books that are currently available or in stock at the moment. But if you pre-order it, I think shipping goes down to like $4 or at most $5. So that is helpful to pre-order things. But what I've learned about this collected editions game is it's a long game that you're playing when you pre-order books, because you're going to pre-order things potentially many months before it ever comes out. And so that's really delayed gratification if you're ordering a book, say, now in February, March of 2025. They've got things on their website that you can pre-order that are coming out in like September. So that's a long time to wait and delay that gratification, but I found it to be pretty well worth it and gives you something exciting to look forward to. And that's even before you consider changes to release dates, which can happen from time to time. And I think actually both of the books that I got here had delays in release. One just a little bit, and one, I don't know, it may have been a couple months that it wound up getting delayed. One of these books is an omnibus, and the other one is, I don't even know what you call it. It's like a special, oversized, kind of, not even so much a collected edition as it is a particular story, and it's got a bunch of extras. How do I want to do this? Well, I guess since we're here at the top, we'll take the omnibus edition out first. That is Secret Wars Battle World Omnibus, Volume 1. And hopefully we'll get the subsequent volumes to complete the rest of the stories that are begun to be collected in here. What this book is essentially is a companion book to the 2015 Secret Wars event story that was written by Jonathan Hickman. And I have that here. This had been previously published as an oversized hardcover however many years ago. I never got it then. I wasn't even into the collected editions game at that point. So when this came out solicited as a omnibus edition, I ordered this one. This one does have more than just the event, like the original oversized hardcover did. This one has probably 10 or 20 issues more story. Gives you the lead up story that sets up what's going on in Secret Wars. So if you never read that event and you want to get more of the full context, this is a good book to have. It does double dip, therefore, a lot of the story that leads up to it, because I have those in the Hickman Avengers Omnibus. But again, I wanted that Secret Wars event in oversized hardcover format, and so I was willing to double dip, and it is a nice reading experience that way. So that was worth it. And because price-wise, you can get that oversized hardcover used online and in really good condition, so I wasn't worried about that. But the prices I was seeing for that were really similar to what I was going to pay by getting the whole Secret Wars Omnibus. So I figured, why not spend $10, $20 more, or the same price even, get the full Omnibus, and yeah, I'll have extra stories in there, but that's okay. I'd rather have that. And frankly, when it comes to omnibus editions, I kind of prefer at least a little bit of thickness to the book. I don't like it when they get too thin. I have one example here of an oversized hardcover that I got. I think I got this at a garage sale some years ago, and it's this X-Men Apocalypse Wars. But you see how thin that is? There's just not that many issues in here. Maybe 10 at most. I don't even know if there's that many. It does give you the oversized art, which is nice, but that's pretty thin for a hardcover. I'd almost be fine with a paperback at that point. But most of the time, though, all that to say, I do like there to be a little bit more, a higher page count in an oversized hardcover when I'm going hardcover. But that's the event itself. That's the one written by Jonathan Hickman. And then Battle World, to kind of get beyond all that long-winded background there, there were dozens of tie-in series to that Secret Wars event. Not all of them were written by Jonathan Hickman. In fact, I don't think any of the others were. But what they've done at Marvel now is decide to start collecting those tie-in series in omnibus format. And they're going alphabetically. So this one has, I think, like A through E is what the tie-in series are that relate to that. This is the cover to number 1 of A-Force. That's one of those tie-in series. And on the back cover, you've got one of the covers from the Age of Apocalypse tie-in series. So we could talk more in another video about Secret Wars and Battle World and what that story was. Really cool event, though. Really fun. And that's why I wanted to get both the event and a lot of these tie-ins in oversized format and have them all together on the shelf. So hopefully they'll continue publishing these and we'll be able to get the entire set. It might be 2 or 3 volumes all together to get all of those tie-ins, but really happy to have made this first milestone of having the first volume of those tie-ins. So that's the omnibus edition. And then the other thing in here is the even larger book that was the reason for having the big box. Now let's go ahead and move this out of the way. I'll clean that up later. This is Fantastic Four Full Circle Expanded Edition. So Expanded Edition implies that there was a normal edition before this, and I never got that. It was a little bit smaller from a size format and had less content inside, but again, I missed out on that, never got it. But when I saw this solicited, it looked really cool. Everything from the format of that really large art, and just to give you the comparison, here's that omnibus edition next to it. And then maybe even for real comparison, here's a standard sized single issue comic book. So you can see progressively the different sizes of these formats. So this is a pretty standard format. I don't know if this size here has a name to it or if it's just a one-off for this particular edition. But anyway, this edition is done by Alex Ross. He is both the writer and the artist on this circle called Full Circle. And if I remember correctly, what it actually is a follow-up story to a very famous Fantastic Four story, This Man, This Monster, which was in Fantastic Four issue number 51. And I think the Full Circle story is a continuation of that, or maybe time has passed, I don't know, but it's somehow connected to that issue 51 from Fantastic Four. So in this volume, you get his Full Circle story. You also get a really oversized representation of that Fantastic Four issue 51, which I also thought was a great bonus to get in this expanded edition. And then there's some extras on top of that. You can see on the back here, you've got examples of Alex Ross's character designs and his whole drawing process of creating this story. One thing that's kind of cool or different about this story is that it differs from his typical painted style. Many of us, I'm sure, are already very familiar with his painted style that he does for a lot of covers at Marvel, even today. But this has a more, I won't fully say traditional comic book style, but it's more towards a traditional comic book style drawing rather than that painted style that he has. So that's kind of neat that it's different as well. And that's a really cool, trippy, kind of psychedelic kind of cover on there as well. So everything about this, super cool. Been waiting for this one for several months because there were multiple delays on that, and I wasn't sure when it was actually coming out, but really happy that it corresponded to the delivery of this other omnibus, and now I can add that. Maybe I'll do a separate video specifically on this one, just to show you the insides a little bit more, the artwork, and a little bit more about the story. Just really cool and worthwhile to show off that Alex Ross art. And who knows, maybe I'll do a separate video as well on the Secret Wars Battle World. Not just the omnibus, but maybe we'll talk a little bit about that event as a story, because it is one of my favorite events from Marvel. And that was the event really that hooked me both on Avengers as a team and on Fantastic Four, because prior to that, I was an X-Men fan pretty much exclusively when it came to Marvel. So Hickman, through his Avengers, New Avengers, and then the Secret Wars, really expanded my horizons and got me into other teams and titles as a result of those amazing stories. So yeah, it might be worth doing a separate video on those. All right, that's going to do it for me, and that's going to do it for this little unboxing showing you the Fantastic Four Full Circle by Alex Ross, Expanded Edition, and the Secret Wars Battle World Omnibus Volume 1. What about you? Did any of you pick up one or the other or both of these? Why did you get them and add them to your collection? Were they new reads for you, or maybe you liked the event or the story before and you wanted to get this version of them? Let us know down below. Now, if you're not quite ready for the YouTube fun to stop, I have hand-selected a couple videos here for you to check out. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.